All right, team, how we doing? Coach Dana Cavalea coming at you today with the Becoming a Champion show, where we are all about inspiration, motivation, and encouragement to move you along your high performance journey. And today I have something that I need to speak about because it's driving me nuts. And I actually hope it's driving some of you nuts as well. And it has to do with people that constantly give themselves an out. Okay, let me give you an example of this. These are the people that commit to something, let's say a meeting or a phone call, and then they cancel. And they're not just people that do this once. They're habitual in this routine of theirs. They give themselves an out, right? They schedule a lunch or a meeting, and then they have an out. They're consistently or predictably people that are constantly going to let you down. And I say this because it's happened to me with frequency over the past 6 or 8 weeks. I'd say more so than before. And I want to share with you what it's like to grow up in baseball, professional baseball and professional sports. You see, I always say this, in a professional sports environment, you don't have any outs. Meaning on the field you have outs, especially baseball, but you don't get any outs, meaning if you don't feel well, you don't get to call in sick. If you are tired, you don't feel like doing something, you don't get to say, well, I'm not going to do it today. You don't get the choice. And what I learned is, being groomed in a system like this, professional sports, where the expectations were very high, there was a need for you to show up ready and prepared every single day. It made you better. It made me better. It makes everybody better. Because you don't have the out. You don't have the option. And today we have so many options. We have so many options, and we're constantly going after our own desires, and we're not thinking about the effect it has on A, our reputation, but B, on other people. You see, when I see somebody that cancels a lot or does the last minute cancellation with frequency, I can't tell you, but I see that person, I will tell you, I see them as a loser because it says something about the person's character. And Derek Jeter told me this, and I never forgot it. He said, Dana, if somebody doesn't respect your time, they don't respect you. And I live by that. So you don't just cancel and say, well, it's just a cancellation, we'll reschedule it. No. You have to go all in on things. And when you decide to go all in on things and take your outs away, meaning you don't have an out, you're in, you can really start to win big because you're leading with your character. You're leading with great values. And your word becomes oak. What you say you are going to do, you are going to do. Does that mean there'll never be any hurdles or hiccups? No. But you're going to be honest and upfront about some of the things that you're dealing with if your process is going to be interrupted. But I have a real problem with people that are constantly taking outs. They're giving themselves an out on everything. And what it also allows you to do is not fully commit. And if you're not going to commit fully to something, you will never be your best. In the personal development world, there's a lot of talk about the word vulnerability. And really, the translation in the sports world or, like business would be, you got to just put yourself out there and not be afraid of an outcome. That's really what it translates to. Put yourself out there and don't be afraid of an outcome. But the more you put yourself out there, the greater the chances you'll have for success. I do things all the time that I've never done before, or things that I'm afraid of, or that I have fear around. Most likely because I've never done them before, or maybe there's somebody I've never met before, and I get a little bit nervous like everybody else. But I always say, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of an outcome because you may get a great outcome. It's like the unknown. I talk a lot about the unknown, and so many people fear the unknown. Why do we fear the unknown? Only because we haven't been there before. But in the unknown is also great things. The biggest issue is we often associate the unknown with a place of fear, or a place where things don't work out, or it's a worst case scenario. It's a bad diagnosis. It's bad news. Well, the unknown also has great news as well. We get to choose what it is that we want to focus on. But in the scope of today's conversation, I want you to stop giving yourself an out, because when you make the decision to not give yourself an out, you get power. You gain more and more power. See, when somebody constantly shows me who they really are through cancellation, through saying they're going to do something and not doing it, through not calling back, not answering messages, etc., I just realized that that person is giving me more and more power. And I know that may sound a little bit egotistical or even narcissistic, but it's true. And we have to say, hey, I have this power now. I'm excited that I have it, and I'm going to continue to get more powerful because I'm going to stand by my word. I'm going to stand by my beliefs. I'm going to stand by what it is that I committed to. And I'm telling you, such great things are going to happen to you and for you. Think about it if you're a salesperson and you're doing a sale call with somebody and you're telling them what it is you're going to do for them. You're making your promises and you actually deliver on all of those promises. How often does that happen today? Not often. But if it happens for you and you're the person that makes that happen for somebody else, how good does everybody feel? What happens to your reputation? You start to elevate. Everything about you starts to elevate. And they say, hey, John, Mary, man, he gets it done. She gets it done. You become known as somebody that gets it done. And you know what happens when you become known as somebody that gets it done? People begin to trust you more. They begin to rely on you more. And that always translates to success. So think about your own life. Think about the places in which you dine out at. Think about the interactions that you have. I bet you around each of those places or those interactions, there's positivity in terms of your mindset. There's something that happens there that's consistent that you like. I go to a local car wash, and I always go to that car wash because the guy knows the number of my license plate. He knows all the things that make my life easier. He engages Dave in great conversation with me. And as a result, I continue to go there. And he makes me feel like $1 million. I've gone to other car washes. Nobody even knows my name. And again, I'm using some different examples, but I think it's important to get you to think just about your own life and your day-to-day interactions. The coffee shop that you go to, the food store. Do people know your name? Probably not. Maybe so. But either way, I want you to think about what I'm talking about today and think about it from the standpoint of making an impact. And when you make that impact by doing what it is that you say you're going to do, you don't give yourself an out, you have a great chance of doing some amazing things professionally and personally. Think about your best friend. Think about the people in your life that don't let you down. How do you feel about them? Probably pretty good. How do people feel about you? Let's hope very good. But we got to stop taking the outs, guys. We got to stop taking outs. Go all in. Do what you say you're going to do. If you have an appointment, show up. If you're running late, call ahead. If you need to make a change, give some time, give some runway, give a day or two. Don't do it last minute. That is not what winners do. I'll share the story. I've shared it before on the show, but it's a story about Derek Jeter. We used to train Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the stadium. And if he was running even 5 minutes late, he would call me. And he'd say, hey, coach, I'm running 5 minutes late. I don't think I'm going to get there in time for our workout today, but I'd like to do it right after BP, batting practice. Can we do that? Yep, we got it. So again, proactive, right? If somebody doesn't respect your time, they don't respect you. Don't forget that. But it's important for you to respect other people's time as well. And when you do that, man, the chances for success go way, way, way up. So be consistent. Be a person of your word. Stop giving yourself outs because you're giving your power away. And when you stop giving yourself the outs, you get that power back, and it makes you feel strong, and it makes you feel confident, and it makes you lead with your values and your character. And it says a lot about who you are and what it is you stand for and what it is that you believe in. So never forget that. This is a very powerful lesson. So ask yourself again today, where could I be better? Where am I giving myself an out? Why am I giving myself an out? And damn it, stop it. Stop it right now, because your future depends on it. Your reputation depends on it. And the success that you so badly want depends on it. This is Coach Dana Cavalea, and I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And if you did, please share it. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us a comment on iTunes, a review. And for those of you that aren't on the daily blog, head on over to danacavalea.com. Get on the daily blog Monday through Friday, 60 to 90 seconds. It's worth it. It'll keep you excited. It'll keep you motivated, and you'll join our community of champions. That's what this is about. Winning and winners coming together and starting this movement by spreading this champion's gospel. So I hope you join us next week on the Becoming a Champion show. This is Coach Dana Cavalea, and I will see you later. See ya.